Do you love maps? Better yet, do you love painting maps? Well, buckle up because Paradox Interactive is about to drop the strategy game we've all been waiting years for, and trust me, it's going to be absolutely massive. This is Europa Universalis 5, and it might just change everything. But what makes this special at all? Now, you might be thinking, it's just a pretty map, just look at it, it's pretty, yes? Yes, where you click buttons and stuff happens, and well, you're not entirely wrong, but here is the thing. This game has depth, and we're talking hundreds of playable nations, a completely new population system that's never been this detailed in a Paradox game, and mechanics so complex they would make Einstein scratch his head. But before I lose you completely, let me ask you a few quick questions. Do you like strategy games? How about history? Got about 16 hours a day to learn complicated mechanics? No? Yeah, me neither. Whatever your answers are, drop them in the comments because we're about to dive into something special. Here's why EU5 is going to be the most detailed historical strategy simulator or sandbox, however you want to call it, we've ever seen, and hopefully I won't have to wait 4 years and spend $400 on 20 DLCs just to get an actual content beyond the basic map. Sorry, got a bit dramatic there, but when you've already invested thousands of hours into Paradox games, like I have, you get a little passionate about these things. What makes EU5 different? There are three massive things. First, community input. Paradox literally hired modders for creating the game. That's how you know they are serious. Second, it's been in development for some time. This isn't a rushed game. It's not a cash grab. For now, when they will start releasing DLCs, it will be a cash grab. But they've been working on this for years. We don't have exact numbers, but we can estimate about 4 to 5 years. So it's quite some time to build impressive game. Third, revolutionary mechanics. We're getting completely new approaches to warfare, politics, and most importantly, population system. Why is the population so important, you might ask? Let me explain. Population is such a big deal in EU5 because in EU4 you basically do not have it. In EU4 you had manpower and development, two stats describing a province. There was base production, but fuck this. And for example, soldiers just magically appeared out of thin air and their buildings ran themselves without any actual workers. For example, a sheep produced a sheep, and when you build them a building, a sheep produced more sheep because they had a building. Yes, logical, I know. In EU5, every person in your nation matters. They have jobs, they move around, they affect your economy in real ways. This isn't just a number going up. This is actual simulation of how societies work. For those who want to dive deeper into these mechanics, check out creators like Ludi, Zlevik, Redhawk, The Student, or many more. They have early access and they can cover a lot more details than I can. And of course there are, oh god, dev diaries, which I'm not reading. Not a fucking chance. It would take me more hours to read this shit than I spent playing EU4 at this point. Just look at this. Here's the $1 million question. Can a niche game for history fanatics actually change an entire genre? Well, it's complicated. Strategy games are honestly struggling these days. Most people want instant gratification. They can't sit still for 3 minutes without scrolling TikTok. Yet, somehow Paradox games keeps thriving. Why? Because they're not just maps with buttons. Yeah, they look exactly like this, but trust me, they're not. Watch any tutorial and you'll be overwhelmed by the sheer number of things you can do. These games have mechanics so deep that even experienced players discover new strategies after hundreds of hours, and I think that's the beauty of it all. You start as a complete noob, clicking random buttons and somehow getting conquered by Byzantium while playing as the Ottomans, but after a few hundred hours, you're the one restoring the Roman Empire, making Napoleon look like an amateur. You can try to play historically, although historical is relative. When Aztecs conquers Lisbona and Poland grows to the size of Russia, expect some serious border gore, especially in the Holy Roman Empire, which is famously neither holy, nor Roman, nor an empire. Here is what really makes Paradox unique. They basically have a monopoly on this entire genre, not because they are evil corporate overlords, but because they literally created grand strategy gaming and nobody else has managed to make quality competition. The closest we got was Age of History, and well, that didn't end very good. Paradox isn't just making games, they are defining what this type of gaming can be, and they are the only company that have enough resources to build games like this. Should you care? Look, if you don't give a fuck about any of this, I honestly don't know why you're still here watching, but if anything I've mentioned sound interesting, here's what I recommend. Don't buy it immediately, and no, that's not because I don't have a referral link. Although Paradox, if you're listening, instead check out those YouTubers I mentioned who have early access, watch their content first, create your own opinion about the game, or better yet, try EU4 or Victoria 3 to get familiar with the map painting and time wasting. I mean, strategic thinking, of course. Europa Universalis 5 represents something special in gaming, in a world of quick dopamine hits and instant gratification that all the iPad kids chase so much. Here is a game that rewards patience, strategic thinking and genuine learning. Will it change the genre? Maybe. Will it consume hundreds of hours of your life while teaching you more history than school ever did? Absolutely. So leave a like and subscribe. See you next time.